Work-life balance and wellness as a small business owner can be one of the toughest things for small business owners to manage. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So welcome to SchlickArt TV.
Yeah, so today we're super excited. Our first guest for SchlickArt TV is Rachel Cosgrove of Results Fitness and Results University. So I just learned today that this year, 2025, is your 25th anniversary. Pretty amazing. So congratulations.
It is. It's crazy because I'm only 25 years old.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
And I thought you were an overachiever, but you really are an overachiever.
So because you run a health-focused business, we wanted to kind of sit you down and help us talk through some importance of health and wellness for not only you as a person, but as running a business. So how can tell us your kind of journey through kind of balancing both, between health and running a business?
Sure. I mean, running a business can be one of the hardest things that any of us do. I think it's, biggest mental challenge, physical challenge. A lot of us entrepreneurs get into business because we're passionate about what we do. And so we throw our whole selves into what we do and don't realize the effect it can have on our health. Yeah. And, I think it is important, especially, even as a gym owner, when we got our gym open and you're working 5 a.m. till 9 p.m., when do you want to train? Anytime, let's go. We just got to keep get the business built. And a lot of times you sacrifice your health and you sacrifice your own workouts, your own fitness, your own, yourself is a priority. And so I think, definitely over the years, learning that you're a better business owner if you put yourself first and you make yourself a priority. And it definitely makes a difference and makes you a better, helps you to make better decisions, gives you more energy, makes you more productive. And so really making sure you carve out that time and make yourself a priority. And that's, for me, it's just setting boundaries, making sure, number one, I get my workout done, I take care of myself. That's number one on my priority list. Yeah. And then I know I'm going to be a better boss. I'm going to be a better coach. I'm going to be a better teammate. And, that's going to filter into the rest of my life.
Rachel and her husband, Alan, have a very interesting story and very similar to us, where you're a husband and wife team that are both working on the same focus, the same business, driving the same goals. You and I have talked before, you've got a visionary and an implementer, and, the two of you together have made your business your baby almost, right? It's your lifestyle as well. What do you and Alan do to, organize and prioritize, outsourcing so that, maybe giving away some of your weaknesses to, other businesses so that you can, concentrate on your goals, your strengths, and then also prioritizing the wellness in your life and different parts of your life?
Yeah, I think that's important for any business owner, is learning how to systemize your business, figuring out what you are good at, what is your sweet spot, making sure you're not just hiring replicas of you. A lot of us make that mistake when we first get into business. You hire someone just like you, and you're like, cool, now we both can do the same stuff well, and nobody can still do the stuff that, that stresses me out. And so figuring out what is it that I do well, what is it that I love doing, what is it that is really my sweet spot in the business, and then hiring people that can help to support you in that.
How do you help identify what you're strong at? And then when you kind of determine what you're strong at and then kind of also determine what you're not so good at, how do you identify how to delegate that to someone else on your team, right?
So I think first step is just making a list of all of those things. And I think for a lot of us, we don't even realize all the things that we do, So if you start with that, just start with, a dump of all the things you do, and however you want to do that throughout your week. Keep we always, you got your food journal and you got your your journal of your time inventory, of what is your time being taken up with, and realizing all of the things that are taking up your time and what are the little things. And then as you get that list together, you can start to look at it and go, okay, what of these things can I, what of these are more administrative tasks? What of these are, bigger picture things that I really need to be the one doing? Yeah. And then, really figuring out, okay, this is the role I need to hire for. This is the things that I need to hand off first. And you're not always going to be able to hand everything off, sure. Right? You're not always going to be just in your sweet spot in the beginning. It takes time to figure that out, and takes time to, get good people to surround you. And then, it's easy to delegate and easy to hand off.
That's an important point, yeah, to make sure that there's a kind of a policy and procedure, right, of how to do X, Y, and Z, so that if somebody doesn't normally do that job can take it over, they can take it over pretty confidently, right?
Right.
One of the biggest lessons that I learned from you, and I've taken this everywhere, that everything in your business breaks down into a script, a template, and a checklist.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. It's a big one, and
It's
so easy to, then you can go, okay, what does this need to be?
Yeah.
And get it figured out.
Yeah, well, thank you, because it's definitely driven our business, and I think I've driven all of our staff, myself, Brian, crazy with that, but it works. You get a lot of business owners, in your gym. You must see some times in their careers, your careers, where exercise, wellness, they kind of take a back seat versus going into a maintenance kind of mode. What advice would you give to small business owners as far as, accountability and support systems where, we're not all peaking and training for a big fitness goal or program, but, keeping up with the health and wellness and doing little things in your lives, to hold you accountable? What advice would you give to business owners in that sense?
So it's one of the things that I love working with most with a lot of our business owner clients is, okay, what this came up this week. Yeah. How did we respond? Did we throw everything out the window and decide, I'm not going to do this until Monday, right? I'll start Monday. Or did we go, okay, I'm going to do the best I can, and I'm going to get done what I can get done, and because I know that makes me feel good, and I know that I'm going to continue to, put myself first as a priority. And I think for a lot of people, as they start to put themselves as a priority, they have a few non-negotiables that become absolute non-negotiables, because they know, if I don't go to the gym and get my workout done, like I know we have a few clients that they are morning people, they come to work out, they are so consistent, and it is part of their routine. And if they miss their workout, their entire day is off.
As a marketing company, we say this all the time, is it's not about marketing for 3 days straight and then doing nothing. It's consistently just like a workout. If you worked out 3 days one week and then did nothing for 2 weeks, you're not going to see any level of results, But if you can only, do 2 marketing posts per week, but keep the longevity of that, or you do 2 workouts per week, what can you do consistently? The compound interest is going to be so much better for your health, your wellness, your body, your mind, and everything. And I remember years ago this quote, and I think I've said it 1,000 times. I say it to myself all the time, which is, if you're driving along in a car and your tire blows out, you don't then get out of the car and stab the other 3 tires and just go, well, that's it, it's over,
Which is what so many people do.
Yeah.
We call it the blown tire syndrome, and it's like, it's like, I had a piece of pizza, I might as well eat the whole pizza, and and then tomorrow I'm gonna have,
That's never a bad idea. I feel like Lindsay and I are really lucky, because we have kind of like built-in accountability partners, right? Like we run a business together. We can constantly bounce ideas off each other. We kind of do that with workouts a little bit too. Like we do our own thing, but also cheer each other on, so to speak, for how good we're doing and things like that. I would just an assumption, so it's kind of a question. I would assume that you and Alan have that as well. If somebody doesn't have that, how do you have advice on how somebody can find an accountability partner? And is that even important? Is that an important part? Business and wellness.
Yeah. 90% of people need external accountability. And I think a lot of people don't. They think that makes them weak, or that, I don't have any willpower, or because I need that accountability. Like, no, you're just like everybody else. We all need accountability. I need external accountability. I know, like, if I have somebody waiting for me to work out with them, I'm going to go. Like, if I don't, then I'm probably going to keep working, because I'm a morning. I love getting my morning stuff done, because I'm very creative. And then if I get into something, like if I had an appointment to go work out and I'm into something that I'm working on, there's a high likelihood I will keep working and just work right through it and miss my workout and go, I'll do it later tonight. Oh, you know what, it'll happen tomorrow, right? And it'll just not happen. Yeah. Whereas I have somebody meeting me, at 7 a.m., at 6 a.m., whatever time, guess what? I'm not going to let them down. I'm going to wrap up whatever I'm doing. I'm going to set that boundary, and I'm going to go meet them, because I'm not going to let them down. Yeah. Having that coach or person that's going to give you that plan, I think having in both your business and your fitness. So you need that, and you need the accountability partner. I think there's two things you need. I think you need a coach, and I think you need somebody that's meeting you to do the workouts to get the thing done. We're big on finding people that are doing it. You know, like we look at what is their lifestyle, are they doing it? Yeah. I don't want to just, because we get frustrated with, you know, people in our industry that are business coaches that don't run a business, that are online, that are, you know, it's just like fitness people that, you know, it's like, like they don't actually work with real people. They don't actually know what it's like to be, you know, running a business. And so I always like to say, look for, you know, a coach that is doing it. You know, that's really.
I think every industry now that, you know, social media and online marketing is so accessible, every industry has those coaches that, you know, they try to be X, a fitness person, a photographer, a video person, a marketing person, you know, whatever it is for the longest time, and they hit like their glass ceiling of how much they made because they didn't know how to push through it. So instead of continuing trying to better their skill set, they go, oh, well, I've hit this to offset my income. I'll do some coaching and help everybody else to just hit that glass ceiling, but not go through, punch through that.
How do you get next? What's next?
Yeah. And it's really interesting to see, you know, a lot of our clients that we work with to help with marketing, they are a standalone individual, and their glass ceiling's even lower because they don't have a cheerleader, you know, somebody looking outside the box into their business to help them see, oh my gosh, I could have a level of growth in my business over here. I could have a level of growth over, I'm missing this key piece right here that could push my trajectory. And it's because they're kind of an island. You know, we see a lot of legal clients, real estate clients, financial clients who are independent, and they're so busy working in their business for like 80, 90 hours a week, spinning their wheels and not seeing, you know, that they could cut those hours, outsource X, Y, and Z if they let go of X, Y, and Z, just by a little bit of coaching and a little bit of cheerleading to know that, guess what? It's okay to do those things. It's okay to ask for that help to make your life more balanced.
Right.
And if you, what's the joke, you take a rest and you sharpen your axe, so to speak, and you will work harder, you know, harder with less hours by getting the right amount of rest and wellness and mental health than you would trying to work 80, 90 hours a week, which all of our small businesses do. But when you've got an accountability partner, when you've got, you know, you and Alan are very different, Brian and I are very different, but you're coming together for this common goal, you know, we're very lucky, we're very fortunate in that case to have somebody like that, whether that's, you know, a partner in your business who is also your partner, or even if you're two partners who are just, you know, business partners are really good friends, but you're so aligned with your vision, you know. I think we're so lucky to have that, and there's so many people who don't have that, and it's painful to see them working that way as an island and not knowing that they're kind of overworking themselves. What are some things, just fundamental things that business owners could do on the daily to help them?
Yeah, I think it's, you know, it's so interesting how when we do have stressful times or things come up that, you know, throw us off, our tendency is to stop taking care of ourselves and to actually, you know, put ourselves last, right? Which is the last thing that we need to do, because we actually have to be stronger, we have to be fitter, we have to be healthier, we have to be more focused, we have to find, you know, a way through. And like, if you're not taking care of yourself, there's no way you're going to make it. So we've had a couple of times throughout our business, 4 years into our business, Alan was diagnosed with cancer. And that was, you know, when the pandemic thing happened, I took myself back to that time, because it was not that different when you get diagnosed with a life-threatening disease and you've just opened your business and the two of you are going, cool, now what? You know, like, okay, you're checking into UCLA for a stem cell transplant, and okay, it's been 4 years of, you know, we've put systems in place. I think the business can run without us, but let's find out. And so at that point, you know, we really did test our business, but instead we were instead faced with this life-threatening disease. You just don't know what curveball life's going to throw you. And, you know, here we are, two healthy people, young, and, you know, now cancer diagnosis is right there in our face. And that took up our what we had to do. And I knew I had to take care of myself. I had to, be strong for him. I had to be strong for the business. I had to, and the business was, at that point, when you get faced with something like that, it's like, well, whatever. If the business makes it, it does, makes it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You just have to live. Like, that's all that's important right now. And so, we had systems, and it would continue to pay us, and we were able to keep, collecting a salary and get through that. And so that was on the other end of that. We were like, oh, cool, look at this. And so we actually took a year off after that. Completely took a year off. I trained for an Ironman, and we just took the year off and like enjoyed each other and like life, because our business was running and it's on systems without us. Yeah. Ask yourself, the next time something does happen, how are you going to respond? Are you going to step up as a leader? Are you going to show up? Are you going to be even better? Because at that point, you really do need to be in better shape, in better health, better focus, and the best that you can possibly be in order to get through that.
And I think that's something that business owners struggle with, right? The idea of taking a vacation and stepping away from their business because for whatever, they feel guilty, they feel like everything's going to fall apart, whatever.
Nobody can do anything as well as I can do it. Yeah.
So can you talk about kind of the importance of being able to take those steps away and not have that thing in the back of your head going like, I should be there working right now, it's going to fail without me.
Yeah,
I
think you have to set a goal of taking time out of your business. We tell our gym owners to pick a time when you're going to take a month off, and I don't care what you do, but your business is going to run without you. And if you have that, okay, on September 1st, my business is I'm not going to be here for a month. Like, all right, guys, you got this. If you force yourself to put that date on the calendar, then you will get all the systems in place you need to get into place. You'll get, you'll figure out some things in your business that will give you the freedom to be able to do that, And then once you have those things in place, then now you do have a business that, we're big on your business needs to support your life, not your life supporting your business.
So you kind of give us the example of how you're creative in the morning, or you like to work out in the morning, those kind of things. Do you set time blocks? Do you have a set schedule every week?
I get the most important thing done first thing in the morning. So if it's a marketing campaign, that's what I'm working on. If it's, get an email out to our, clients, that's what I'm working on. And I keep tasks on a Google Calendar. So, I have like an idea of what my most important task is going to be this morning. Mm-hmm. So working on one task to get it done. And I feel like if I can get one, if more business owners had like carved out, an hour and a half to 2 hours like that of quiet, no disruptions time, it's amazing how much you can get done.
It's amazing. I think the other thing, the kind of, or at least from my perspective, the benefit of doing something like that is, especially getting that one task done, is it frees your mind, right? Like it frees you up to, because it's not finished. You're kind of like, it's still back there. I haven't done it, right? Yeah.
So you feel good about, all right.
So Rachel, final thoughts. So what are top three health and wellness thoughts for small businesses that would, help with a little bit of work-life balance and self-care?
So top three. So obviously you have the top three things, which are going to be exercise, nutrition, and mindset. So with each of those things, I would say, so let's start with mindset. Because that's one of the most important, is getting your head in it, right? So action breeds motivation, right? So you're not feeling, as so many people will say to me, well, I'm not motivated. Like, how do I get motivated? You're not just gonna all of a sudden feel motivated. So if you don't, you're not gonna wake up and be like, let's go. Like sometimes you do, but for the most part, and that's gonna fizzle, it's gonna go away. Like it's not something that's gonna, it's like a battery, that's gonna go down. And so, really get going. Figure out what your action plan is, because that's what's going to get your mind feeling better. And then fuel your body. I think for a lot of business owners, we get so busy with what we got to, head into the day, grab their coffee, maybe they grab a donut, who knows. But am I describing you, Brian? Not actually stopping to eat a meal and fuel their body, give themselves some nourishment and be good to themselves, So really, it doesn't have to be a big fancy meal. It doesn't have to be, but just take some time to, think through your meals throughout the day and get some good protein in and really, just fuel your body. Give yourself some nutrition. Don't deprive yourself, and you'll be a better business owner. And then finally, the last one, of course, my favorite is exercise, which for what I don't understand why people wouldn't, is strength training. Strength training to me is the magic it's just the magic bullet of, helping you feel young, giving you power over your day. Like when you go into the gym and you lift weights and you lift heavier weight than you lifted before, like that gives you that confidence. Like I see so many women just shift their whole mindset. Like when we talk about mindset, that will put you in the mindset to be able to handle the rest of your day. And so really making strength training a priority and making it a progressive program that you are getting stronger, you're pushing yourself, you're not just lifting the same weights every day, and really making that a non-negotiable in your schedule will change your life. It'll change your body, it'll change the way you feel, and it'll change the way you approach your day if you start your day with a strength training workout.
I absolutely love this.
Yeah,
because it's totally my mindset is that I am not motivated until I've made myself a chart and designed it all out, and then I am not missing anything, because that chart is, if I have to put a cross versus a check mark, that's my accountability, isn't it? And then coming down and showing you that I've done it.
Yeah, I think kind of to touch on the things that you just mentioned there, those top 3 tips, I think accountability partner, which we talked about earlier, really ties into that, right?
Oh,
because if you're not like a self-motivator or can't find the motivation yourself, at least initially, having that accountability partner. And I think that goes as well with strength training, right? Because there's a lot of people I feel like are just afraid because they have no idea what to do or how the machine works, if there's a machine, or even what to do with just free weights and things like that, right? It's the people have that kind of fear of it. So having a coach or an accountability partner to help you along that way is huge, right? And then the nutrition, eating right thing is, I'm notorious here at SchlickArt. I eat the same lunch every single day. It's like I never grew up from like 8th grade. I eat a sandwich and eat my celery every single day. Like a nerd. It is the thing that, like, because if I had to think about it, like I would have garbage. You know? I would eat a donut. Yeah,
we're like a whole person. If he did my workout regimen with his healthy, he eats extremely healthy every single day, apart from the beer. Like, he was
beer in
like
moderation is
beer
part of a
in
healthy
moderation. Yeah. But like his food during the day is so like healthy. Everything we eat for dinner at night is so healthy. We cook whole food from scratch. But like I want all the candy and the sugar and everything else. I'm like, if my workout regimen with Brian's like food would be like the perfect human being. So I have all the sugar, so I could do all the strength training, the runs, the everything.
Well, we want to thank you for being the first guest of SchlickArt TV.
Thank you. I'm honored to be the first guest.
We really like having you, and you gave us us and the audience some really awesome takeaways, I think.
Especially at the start of the year.
This really help people help their business and help themselves, more importantly, get through their days and through their years, right? And through in business. So we want to know, how can people find you? What are things that people should know about what you're doing right now or going into the future? How can they find you and find out about those things?
So I'm active on Instagram, rachelcosgrove.co. And then we have a gym if you are local in Santa Clarita, Results Fitness. We've been there 25 years. We are the best in town. So come on by. We offer a complimentary strategy session, and we would love to meet with you. And if you are intimidated to come to the gym, we have a great community that really will make you feel comfortable. So come check us out, results-fitness.com. And I'd love to connect with you on Instagram, or head over to our website. Our business coaching is resultsfitnessuniversity.com. And that's where you can find us.
And I have to say, your gym is so much different than what most people expect from a gym. If you are the person who's never done any strength training or you don't know where to begin, the whole point of Results Fitness is you're working out with trainers 1 to 2 times a week, almost like an independent session, right?
You are. You're on a customized program, so everyone gets their own. So whether you are brand new or if you're an athlete who is trying to reach a peak and push yourself, you'll have your own program. And so the coaches are the best at what they do, and they'll make sure they design a plan to hold you accountable to get to where you want to go.
Excellent. And Rachel is also an author, and this is you've just released is it your third or fourth? Your third book, Age Strong. Tell us about that.
Yes, so last year, Age Strong came out. my latest book, which is to help women over 40 to get fit. And it actually features a lot of our clients at Results Fitness, and it has a program in it that is very similar to what we do at Results Fitness. So if you're looking for something to follow, it's a great way to get started.
Well, thanks again, Rachel, for being on our show, our first guest ever on SchlickArt TV. Thank you very much. And for you guys watching at home, we would love for you to see our previous episodes, our future episodes, and if you have suggestions on who we should have on next, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear it. Thanks for watching, guys.
You work out.
That's my
you work
personal
out.
philosophy anyway.
You work out like the devil so you can eat that whole pizza.